Hello. Welcome to the show.
Can we just have like an intro?
The iCarly theme to start playing.
I know. You see, somehow the world will change for me and be so wonderful. Live life. Breathe air.
Touch grass. Go outside.
It's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So go to sleep, the members of our nation.
I just stopped being funny like 10 seconds ago. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's so mean. It's still funny. Keep going.
No, it's fine.
Right where you left off. Come on. From the top.
The chat box broke for some reason. I think it's because I switched our name on Twitch, so there's gonna be no chat on screen tonight. I don't have time to fix it.
You don't?
No, because I had to go on like Twitch and like change one of the settings. I changed the name of this channel.
Oh
yeah.
Shoot. Maybe you could change it back like right now, and then
That's
like
fine.
restart the stream. No, you don't want to. Do
I guess before we start, just a bit of housewarming real quick. If you follow me outside of these streams, you might have noticed I'm not doing regular streams anymore. I'm retiring Ryan Ribbity brand streams for. You can read. I posted a thing on Twitter posting why that's happening, but anyway, just so everyone knows, if you subscribe to this channel, like if you just want to use the emote still, I personally, I just to make it clear, if anyone subscribes to this channel from here on out, and if we ever get any sort of payout, I just want to make it clear, I do split the money now with Seep and Rosa, because it is, like, I consider this all three of our channel now. I just want to make that clear.
You do?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You do?
Starting now.
So what's the split?
If there's any...
Like a 70, 15, 15? Are we thinking?
Well, I do all the art for the channel, so... So it's gonna be 95.5.
Where's Rosa?
I'm right here.
Oh, hi, Rosa.
What if I start a stream up?
I don't know. I mean, I'm the only one who has to log in. I kind of prefer this channel. Yes, we don't need to talk about this here. Anyway, welcome to Ready to Start the Podcast. I'm Ryan Ribbity. Who else is here?
Nick's here.
Nick?
Like
Nintendo?
Nintendo's right here.
Oh my god, Nintendo!
Oh my gosh, everyone, Nintendo's back! I thought it'd be at least another year when the Clone High season, whatever came out. Is it? Yeah.
Who's your favorite Johnny Test character?
Yeah, tell us.
Oh boy. Dookie. There we go.
What do you like about Dookie?
All right. That's the Nintendo I know. Come on.
Name your 20...
Often imitated, never replicated. Come on.
Name your 20 favorite things about Dookie.
His hair disorder. Let's make up a guy who watches Johnny Test and thinks that Dookie is actually a kid with the rare hair disorder, not a dog.
That's me. I'm gonna start watching Johnny Test, it's Dookie, Johnny's twin brother.
Yeah, his fucking twin brother that they don't think he can talk.
Alright, who else is here? Introduce yourself. My other two regulars.
He didn't even really introduce himself, did he?
No, it's
that's
fine.
just not.
No, that's who it is.
Everyone's just gonna think that's actually Nintendo, but like with a different coat of paint.
With the voice filter. Well, no, I'm Crown Cryptid. I have a YouTube channel called Crown Cryptid where I talk about cartoons. Nintendo ripped me off.
All right.
Just kidding.
I think everyone on YouTube ripped you off. I watched
yes.
this other channel. They were talking about cartoons. Like, what the fuck?
I know, some people make cartoons. We have two people in this chat right now that make cartoons, right? Like what?
What the
You can't
hell?
make them.
Yeah, it's true. I made Jellystone.
Yeah, I made DuckTales, the original one. I was there.
And I made SpongeBob, which is better than all of those combined.
Well, I made The Simpsons. Well, I made Mickey Mouse, and it was the first cartoon ever made.
You can leave now if you want.
I made Tom and Jerry.
I think Rosa and Seep should introduce themselves real quick before we get into anything else.
You just did.
And Rosa is short for something. I'd make stuff whatever I want, whenever I want.
Is it short for Rosie O'Donnell, who voiced the octopus in Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas?
No, not today.
Okay.
Did
not
you
today.
guys see that new Flintstones thing?
Oh,
Is that,
Was there a new thing?
is that on- is that on our
Yabba
topic?
Dabba Dinosaurs?
Is that different from the other thing? Did that like other thing come out
Okay,
from
wait.
like years ago?
Okay, so I'm thinking of Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, which is a thing I am fully well aware of.
You know the creator of Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs.
Don't lie.
Yeah, they've been on the show actually.
No, you're literally lying.
Is it that though? What do
I'm looking it up right now.
It's-
HBO put a trailer up.
Yeah, it's the one about Bam
yeah,
Bam
okay,
and
yeah,
Pebbles.
Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Is it-
Wait, that's coming out?
I guess so.
wait,
they
really?
put a trailer up. Oh, yeah. Well, this is on Facebook, so I don't know if this will. Oh.
You went to the chat for what podcast is live chat. I mean, that's revolutionary, isn't it? Like,
I
know,
thought it
that's-
was. Well, yeah, I thought this was a different thing from like that other thing, but this is that other thing that like we've known about forever.
Oh yeah, Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs. So Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, we're all very well aware of Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs here because it's been. I don't even know how to describe our relation to Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs. We just bring it up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just, I don't even know what to say
I thought
about
it wouldn't come out. I thought it wouldn't come out, honestly.
Because
I thought it was just going to be one of the... Yeah.
the pilot for this came like in 2019, right?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Oh, well. I'm gonna leave then.
All right, bye-bye, Ryan. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're waiting tonight, huh?
Yeah, Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, like, initial pilot came out in 2019. It's been kind of a... Rose, I think your mic is picking up mine, just so you know. It's been kind of a recurring thing. Just I don't even know how to describe just the relationship we have to Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs here. It's a thing that exists, and we like to bring it up every once in a while. Cause I don't know.
Someone in the chat said, isn't that like all of your jokes? Do you think we just spent all of our jokes? Like the first... How many minutes has it been?
Let's talk about Arlo.
First 3 minutes?
Wow!
Arlo.
Everybody, this is the coolest Pikmin game.
Is Arlo okay?
Uh-oh, looks like Murphy's Law claims another victim.
I'm just Yoji. Look, the giant bomb from the bomb factory next door hit Arlo.
I got a question about the OG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they like a person?
No? What are you talking about? The OG is the dog from Milo Murphy. Milo Murphy's Law. Oh, Milo, you little
They feel like a
dog.
person.
What do you mean?
I don't know. They feel like a person.
The OG?
Yeah.
I think we should start talking about things.
I love asking Rosa, like, whenever she says something crazy, what are you talking about? She's like, I don't know. Like, it's just never any explanation, like, half the time.
Let's
We'll
talk
never know
about-
what that means.
What was the? I added the wrong image. Ignore that. Let's talk.
What did you just do?
Don't worry about it. Let's talk about.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about the news. What happened this week? What do we want to start with? Should we start small then go big, or?
Depends on how long the big will take us.
I guess you're trying to say save the Lighthouse movie for last.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm petting the puppy.
What?
I was petting.
Oh yeah.
The,
Hold on. That's a
the dog
good.
on screen for
That's a
second.
good. That's a good idea. There you go.
Yeah.
Dog, what are you doing? I'm ready to start the podcast. Go home. Great
He's
Milo
not
Murphy
supposed to be
joke.
on the podcast.
All 3 people watch.
I
I guess the simplest way to start is literally yesterday. They revealed the newest characters for Nicktoons All-Star Brawl. It was Cat Dog and
Whoa.
April O'Neil. What did you all think of that?
Pretty
That was
good.
pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cat Dog looks really nice. They have really nice animations.
Yeah. It's like pretty cool that like in April like be a fighter in games.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even like expect April. Honestly, I was just thinking, just like based on the stages that they have for Ninja Turtles, I was assuming like Shredder would be one of them.
So I kind of thought April might have been the one they were adding because if you kept up with kind of the speculation scene for Nicktoons All-Star
All right, the
Brawl,
Papagenos exactly 10-minute video news coverages.
They released that box art with all the silhouettes on it, and on one of the box arts, like that wasn't the Switch version or something. There was an extra silhouette that was like a realistically built human with that was kicking and had short hair. And the only two guesses anyone had was, and I quote, Dora from the live-action movie and April O'Neil. And my thought was, well, I don't think they're going to add Dora from the live-action movie to this game. Probably April.
Yeah.
So
They should. If they put out a fighter's ballot, I'm putting Dora, the number one pick.
I wonder
Live-action Dora.
if they're allowed to use Nick Jr. characters at all. I feel like that'd probably be like the one thing Nick could go like, all right, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I wish they could be in the game somehow though. It's like an idea I had like in a stage and they're in the background or like assist trophy kind of things that you can't hurt, like the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like they have a brand shield.
I like the Nick Jr. So like all the Nick Jr. characters are assist trophies. You just can't hurt them because they're protected by the Nick Jr. brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny,
Perfect.
actually.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see though?
Yeah.
Since there's like that Rise of TNT movie coming out, I think it'll be really cool if they added like the Rise of version of April.
Yeah. That's something people brought up that like, technically like they're using like the original Ninja Turtles series to draw from, just probably because that's just the most iconic one.
Well, the actual reason
but
is
that's like technically
Nick asked them to use the 2012 ones first, and then the devs like had more association with the older ones. So they kind of argued with Nick about using the older ones, and eventually they went out.
Okay, I see. It's like the thing with it is like people might not see like the original ones as really Nicktoons. They're like retroactive. Nicktoons.
That's kind of my feeling on it. Like, whatever. I'm kind of glad we're not getting all four of the TMNT in this on kind of a smaller roster. No, nothing against them, but
isn't one of the Ninja Turtles in Mortal Kombat or something?
I think all
Or
of them.
No,
are.
it's Injustice. Yeah, but they're all as like one character. Well, technically one character. It's like they're one character, but you switch like different fighting styles, which becomes a different character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have personally, because I'm not a huge turtle person, but I personally would have preferred the Rise version.
More of a frog person.
Frog person, because I do associate Rise more with Nicktoons than I do any of the other turtles. I think just from a kind of like character, like how the characters are kind of built standpoint, I think they would have been a bit more interesting in a fighting game personally. But that's just my stance.
I think it'd be like interesting if they mix it up. Like they have different versions of the turtles as like characters.
Before we got April, I kind of thought that what they might have done was 2 classic turtles and 2 modern turtles, but I don't think that's happening now.
Yeah,
Sort of like how like Zelda is in Smash.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I stole that from you, so now you can't say anything.
So many thieves here today.
Cat Dog, I gotta say, I think the funniest thing this game does is to reveal a character, I'll just be like, oh, I guess this character would have a pretty okay moveset in a fighting game. That's like my exact thought when I saw like Cat Dog like in battle moving, like, oh, I guess Cat Dog's like weird anatomy they have. Like, I guess that naturally lends to a kind of interesting fighting game moveset.
Yeah. Also, like, remember, this is also made like the devs that made Slap City, which is just like a very funny looking game. Did you see like a trailer or the moveset of like one of the characters? They're like literally like rotating their fingers to reload.
Cute.
Yeah.
I guess one other kind of thing related to this. There's a common theory with this game that there's gonna be one stage per character. Like we have 3 SpongeBob characters, we have 3 SpongeBob stages, we have 2 Loudhouse characters.
No.
I was a mistake. Loudhouse characters and 2 Loudhouse stages. We have 3 TMNT characters and 3 TMNT stages. But in this most recent trailer, we seen 2 Avatar stages prior, which kind of lines up like we know for a fact Angkor in this game. But we saw a 3rd one in this trailer, so people might think there's a 3rd Avatar character in the game. Would be interesting.
Yeah, it's like an Earth Kingdom stage, isn't it?
Yeah, so people think it might be Toph.
I think it would be. I think so.
I think the Avatar characters are important for this game because I think it's funny to see Avatar characters sit next to Cat Dog.
Yeah.
Avatar's never had games before, really, right? But like Avatar would be a perfect fighting game thing.
Yeah.
It had a game on the GameCube, but I know this because I streamed it for like a minute once.
Really?
Yeah.
Never even.
It's
Wow.
not very good, so that's probably why you haven't heard of it.
Yeah. They did show it in Nicktoons Racers.
That's true.
It's
Aang
mostly
They're-
true.
They're in the crossover games with their little 3D models.
and
Yeah.
Korra race alongside JoJo Suya.
Was Cat Dog in the racing game?
He was, yeah.
Okay.
So it was Lincoln Loud.
Hey, Lincoln. This is what I sound like, right? I'm Lincoln.
I wear shorts. Yeah, I think Toph is. I mean, Toph is like one of the most popular ones. I think, right?
Is there an unpopular character in Avatar?
I mean, that's true, but I'm just
mean-
thinking of just like if he had to pick.
Yeah, I think the debate starts in like Korra, but I think it's none of it happens. In,
Oh well,
like,
maybe for Korra, but OG series, I think you'll be hard pressed to find who's like, ooh, I hate.
I hate
Yeah.
Dick. I hate Larry.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope it's tough, just because, like, for a fighting game, you know, cool character to have, and she was in Nicktoons MLB, so she should.
She was.
He was.
Yeah.
You know
She
what?
was.
Nicktoons MLB like angers me because that game seems like it had the most characters in it. It had like the most. I'm a big Invader Zim fan,
Hmm.
and that game had like the most Invader Zim representation out of any crossover games. And
Let's
why?
guess.
It's MLB.
It's-
That game's so funny because like every Nicktoon character in that game looks like they're like a mascot suit character walking around. They're all so big. Like the bat next to SpongeBob looks like minuscule. They all move super weirdly.
Yeah, that might be why there's so many characters, because they didn't make new animations for them. Really.
Yeah, it's like Jump Force Ultimate outside of like in the cutscene.
Powder Toastman's in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a weird pick.
And so is Perch Perkins. And my favorite part of that entire game is Perch Perkins and Gurr are like the announcers. And they only record like 5 lines each for them. So they just say them on loop and they'll pair random ones up together. So Perch Perkins and Gurr will be like, wee-hoo! Wee! And Perch Perkins will be like, okay, Gurr, put down the computer. Let's get back to the game.
Yeah, there's like yeah. There's no like real interaction. Like they didn't write dialogue really. They just wrote separate lines.
I'd have to look back at it, but I remember Gurr is a character in Attack of the Toybots, and
He
I'm pretty
is.
sure they used like a different voice filter for him,
Yeah,
and that really bothered me as a kid.
it's the same voice actor for sure, but it's definitely a different voice
Yeah,
filter.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Gurr is just like an unlockable character, so like a story character.
Yeah, Gurr, Jenny, Rocco, and Stimpy are all like just unlockable characters that are part of the main story. But don't worry, Tak is part of the main story from Tak of the Power of Juju.
Heck yeah. I
Hey
remember
guys,
thinking
it's me,
that it's almost like how in Brawl, like how Wolf and Jigglypuff and Toon Link are like super secrets. I felt that same way about those characters in Tag of the Toybots. I always thought that was really cool. And I forgot Jenny was in it. Like my friend was talking to me about like if Jenny will be in All Stars, and I was like, I don't think Jenny's ever been in a game, but she was in that.
Yeah,
And I don't remember that at all.
She's been in that one, and there was a phone app fighting game she was also in pretty recently.
Oh, she was in that too. I played that like a little bit to see what the heck it was.
Yeah.
That's the one where Arnold animates like he's a freak.
And that's where you get to fight Angelica.
They were. You see, the difference between Nicktoons All Star Brawl and this phone app game is they allowed you to punch Tommy Pickles.
Because
Hold your
what
tongue.
we gotta do.
We still got a few more characters. What do you think it's gonna be? How many do we have left?
So we kind of know Stimpy, Ren and Stimpy, Korra and Aang haven't been announced, but we kind of know for a fact they're in the game. So beyond that, we know there's 22 characters exactly. One of them's probably an Avatar character, so there's probably like 2 just completely unknown characters left.
Right. Unless they split Ren and Stimpy up.
That'd be
Oh,
weird.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be Glenn Martin.
Post your face when Glenn Martin gets in, yo!
Will you have a sphincter tether to get back on the
Oh,
stage?
no.
No, fuck you!
No.
No.
I see, but I think you need to sit down.
Who's like the worst
Sorry.
character they could add to this game, you think?
Glenn Martin?
Yeah.
Timmy Turner.
Are you asking like who? Yeah, honestly,
Just
it's kind of. Do you think there's not going to be any Fairly Odd Parents characters?
So Nick is really weird with like specifically Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron. Like they go very off and on if like they put him in crossover stuff because like Timmy isn't in Nicktoons Racers, but he's in that like phone fighting game, and Jimmy's in neither of them. But they also like to like they released like Jimmy Neutron like full DVD sets pretty recently. Like they're very on and off with what they want to do with like some of their older IPs sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of like 2000s stuff that's kind of fallen through the cracks.
Danny and Zib are kind of the only 2000s characters in this game so far.
It's because of those boomer devs.
I mean, it's interesting if they chose Danny like over Timmy Turner.
They tend to
Yeah,
recently because he's also in the Nicktoons racing game they did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like Butch Hartman. It's Butch Hartman.
I wonder.
True,
if...
but they're rebooting Fairly Odd Parents. They doing like a live action thing?
Yeah,
yes.
I think they rehired him.
That's great. Nothing was gained. Nobody
Alexis
liked anything.
wasn't paying the bills.
Where's Alexis coming out? That's how the creators of Phineas and Ferb should go to Butch Hartman and ask if they could put Milo Murphy season 3 on there.
Come on. That's not nice.
All right, I guess.
I don't know. Is Milo Christian?
Hey guys, I love the Lord.
But he doesn't love me.
That's why I have cursed with Murphy's Law.
Yeah. So, what, these 2 more characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wonder. I mean, is there any, like, popular, like, I don't know, speculation consensus? I know you go on Nick boards.
From what I gathered, I think people seem pretty confident Rocco will probably show up because like he's that recent movie and like he's he's also part of that kind of 90s nostalgia character. So there'll probably be someone from Rocco, probably Rocco himself. Mm-hmm. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. And I don't know how likely she is, but I think it's very like it's pretty common people want Jenny in the game, and it'd be weird if she wasn't just because like from a moveset standpoint, like she'd be like the single like easiest character to make a moveset for. I think.
Right.
She already revealed.
No, she wasn't. She hasn't been yet.
Really? I saw her. I remember seeing her in the trailer.
No, she's not there.
Rosa, you're losing it. I'm sorry.
If Jenny isn't in it, then like within a week of the game coming out, someone will make a mod, like 100%.
Oh,
that's alongside the Garfield mod.
They've already discussed like DLC for the game, and I think if she's not in the base game, there's zero chance of her not being DLC. So I think one way or another, Jenny will probably get in the game somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, DLC speculation. I feel like that's gonna happen. It seems like this game is probably more popular than they even expected.
Oh, I mean, it was a closer, like in the same way Smash is, like at that game thing they were doing. Like, it was like a direct closer.
I didn't watch that stream live, but I went back to it to like see the reveal, and I was like, holy crap, it's at the end. And like the chat was mostly people asking for it. Like it's very awesome that it's so anticipated. And all the memes going on, like acting like it's Smash Bros, like cat dog memes, be like all the memes like that are so funny. It's killing me.
This was a game made for me in a lab because that kind of stuff is the funniest thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
I'm
excited.
I'm trying to find it real. Oh my god.
What? What is that?
There was like a mucus built up in my throat for a second. No, we're not doing this bit. There was like a brief like a mucus. There was like a brief mucus buildup in my throat, and then be like,
That's disgusting, Ryan. Don't say that.
Oh my god.
I know. I get you're a frog, but
I'm trying to find an image on my laptop. There was a fake leak for this game for Nicktoons All-Star Brawl for Garfield, and I want to find it because I thought it was funny people are making fake leaks for this game already.
I just looked at the screen again. Why is there like 50 DOG? Have you just been idly doing this?
Yeah.
You haven't even put the yes man on the screen from Kappa Mikey.
Nobody's brought him up yet.
You know,
I
think it's adding. If there was like a character I want to see, it's like Kappa Mikey character.
Kappa Mikey would be a hysterical character to show up in this like any way, shape, or form. I think.
It'd be a double reveal with Kappa Mikey and someone from Yakety Yak.
Oh, Cornel and Bernie.
Oh shoot, that's right. Do you think they'd have them both, or just
I gotta
Camille.
redo it. I'm putting this on screen real quick. Look at the screen if you want to see this. Somebody made a fake leak for this game. The devs had to go out of their way to clarify it was fake. This is the only like thing like this they've addressed. Someone made a fake Garfield leak, and they had to say, "No, this isn't real."
I wish that was real.
And I just
Can you
love.
imagine like the shockwaves across the earth if they revealed Garfield?
Hey,
This-
Garfield, unironically hype as hell.
Yeah. Lasagna cancel.
Yoshi, check
Garfield-
it out. I'm
Garfield's
fighting
gonna be the Geno of this game. the one everybody wants, but they can never have.
You're gonna give us like a Garfield costume, but without the mask.
Yeah. And then everybody can wear cat ears.
It's gonna have like an
Yeah.
ugly Garfield meat. Like you're playing as him.
You know? I know
What?
we're missing that, like adding in Yes Man, because I'm also going to talk about Yes Man later after the news.
Rosa is currently watching the show Kappa Mikey, and she is obsessed with the character of Yes Man. I'm gonna put him on screen for everyone to see. I'm gonna shrink Garfield a bit real quick.
Oh jeez. God, the streamers have gotten real lazy. They're shrinking me down on the screen.
I can't wait for Garfield with the patch notes drops. Oh wow, they nerfed me. Looks like the balance patches are really running out of ideas.
Oh, there was the yes man from Kappa Mikey.
I guess to end off this very disjointed segment on Nicktoons All-Star Brawl, there's 2 characters left. I think we've asked other people before, but if you could add any 2 characters you wanted to this game as the last 2 characters, who would it be?
You go, Nick. You're our guest.
I think Dib comes to mind, even though I'm totally content with just having Zim. But I think having Zim and Dib and like my 10-year-old self, having them fight in a game like Smash Bros is like a dream come true. But I can't. I don't really have a specific other one, but I would just love there to be like a Piranha Plant, just like a really stupid, like obscure, random thing.
Oh my god!
I can't really think of an example. Like I'm talking like you guys were just joking about, like someone from like the X's or even Fanboy and Chum Chum. I would count Fanboy and Chum Chum as something like that.
Oh,
I guess.
I think it needs to be someone from Fanboy and Chum Chum, but not Fanboy and Chum Chum. It's got to be Boog. He can bop.
like
He can bop everyone.
Yeah.
What about you? You Seep.
I think I had trouble answering this last time. There's just so many wonderful characters on the Nickelodeon catalog. I think I said this last time. Someone from Barnyard. Be pretty
Yeah.
fun. And some sort of like funny dad character. Most people gravitate towards Hugh Neutron. I think that'd be pretty funny.
I
To have
think
like Hugh, but not Jimmy.
Hugh is kind of like the funniest of the Nicktoons dads. I want to see. He's like my favorite.
He could have so many like duck attacks, like his recovery be ducks carrying him back up to the stage.
like
Yeah.
Duck Hunt.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
I like this comment in chat. The farmer from Barnyard. I imagine like a reveal trailer says, "I'm just headed to the field, Duke. I'll be back." And he gets in his car,
Oh,
and the car like rolls up to the battlefield.
Oh, that'd be like such a good bait and switch. Like everyone would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's Otis! It's the Otis reveal!" And the camera keeps following the car, the farmer truck. Like, what's happening?
Just that sentence of CPU just said, like, "Oh my god, it's the Otis reveal!" Like that's why this game is so good.
Yeah, people will be excited.
What about you, Rosa? Besides Yes Man.
Well, honestly, I like to see a Captain Mikey character, but honestly, I want to see a Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle character. Especially like April. At least one of those characters, because that was a really good show.
Was Shredder
And
in
like
the show?
those designs.
Yeah,
That's
I,
so
Those
cool
designs
Shredder, right?
slap.
yeah. I didn't watch the show yet, but I know Shredder's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shredder's in it, but like mostly towards the end.
Yeah.
Someone in chat said, "That's it, no Otis."
Gonna be me.
Otis Milk 0 to death. Oh my gosh, imagine all the fun combo names involving the milk squirt move.
I hate those words. I guess I'm boring because I do want Jenny. She's kind of like my obvious want pick. But the thing is, for like a second pick, I think the joy of this game is just any absurd thing they want to add. Like, like fucking Libby from Jimmy Neutron should get in, I guess, or something. Or like Chester
Yeah.
McBadbat, you know, add his dad, that Chester McBadbat's dad. Bunsen, add Bunsen from Bunsen is a beast. Do you think
Andrew Danger.
do you think anyone out there is gonna like get this, like see the full roster and go, they didn't add Dudley?
Me, that's me.
Dudley fans will not take this lightly. I think getting anyone from like the Madagascar universe would be hysterical, like King Julian or the Penguins.
Oh,
Are they gonna,
that's
would that count as a third party character?
I guess.
I think that would now. Yeah.
Would like King Julian still be like a puppet character?
like in the Flash game where he's like a puppet character with Mort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he like dances.
I wonder if like they had permission to do that. They legally like have to use like the Penguins of Madagascar versions with like the low res models, like the crummy textures.
When this game comes out, I'd like to know like what was like the reason, because I know from what I've heard, the dev team picked every character of this game. Nick didn't pick anyone. They just had to like talk to Nick about who they wanted. I'd like to know though, because I know the only thing they got turned down on, they didn't go all the way with, is Andy Mack from the show. Andy Mack is like the only character that like they kind of talked about not being able to get in. I'd like to know like what Nick drew the line at, because I knew apparently they had to fight to get Lucy Loud and like Nigel in apparently too.
Why?
No idea.
I don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess I can kind of get Nigel because maybe Nick isn't fully aware of like his status online. But I don't get Lucy because like that's like a main character from one of the like biggest shows right now.
Yeah, and plus like I think Lucy's like tends to be more of a character, at least from what I saw in the movie.
Yeah, she's popular. She's like, she's cool. Maybe because she's a little girl. And they can't fight.
What about
know.
Lincoln Loud? He's a little boy.
He's like a bigger boy.
I like watching a reveal trailer for this game, watching like Cat Dog slam like a fire hydrant down on Lincoln Loud.
Slam like a fire hydrant.
Because he's just like a kid. He's like, "Hey guys, it's me, Lincoln." The
Hey,
Cat Dog
guys.
like, fucking like up smashes him into oblivion.
My God.
He had it coming.
Yeah.
All right, is any other final thoughts on Nicktoons All Star Brawl?
Poor Doug fans.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They'll never get anything.
No,
I
don't
mean,
worry.
like, first off, they were born Doug fans. So that's already like.
No, don't worry. When Disney makes like Disney Channel All Star Super Smash Fighter, Doug will get into that probably. I don't know.
Oh God, no way.
Actually, no. I feel like Disney also has way more big cartoons than Doug. I don't think you get into that either. I'm sorry, Doug
Yeah,
fans.
I think the entire like Tailspin cast would get in before. Whoever we were talking, Doug. I forgot for a second.
They would add the entire cast of Phineas and Ferb first before Doug even got like thought about.
Oh my God, yeah.
They'd add Django before Doug.
With his famous human pretzel move.
Any Django from Phineas and Ferb chants in chat? Anyone remember Django?
Django's dad was in Night of the Living Pharmacist. So that's
That's a deep cut.
that's a fact about tangentially related to that character.
Next bit of news. I lost what I was going to say. They announced. There's...
I mean, wait.
Huh? Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a good place to go into the Loud House movie. I'm kidding. We could save that for later.
We'll save
I
that
like
for
this.
later, so you could do that.
Yeah.
HBO Max has announced. This also has a lot of other insert implications with it. We'll kind of talk about the main thing first. They announced another Adventure Time miniseries. It is about Simon going on a multi-dimensional adventure with Fiona and Cake.
Yeah. This was. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, I don't know.
I
who
wasn't
was.
either. There was a trademark filed for this,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
And then everybody was like, "No way!" And then I was literally like, "No way! That's probably just for merchandise." And then I
Yeah,
come
that's
home
what I
from work
thought.
one day and see this.
I find it interesting for a lot of reasons. One is I think this is a good way to kind of keep Adventure Time alive in a way that's like not annoying or weird. It's like, oh, just the world is so big. Like, just make random characters go on adventures, like one-offs. And I think that's a good way to kind of keep it alive in a way that works.
Yeah, and plus, like the world is so big, you can have like someone add in their own voice with in their own tone and stories.
My only exception is I don't want them to do a story with Finn and Jake ever again, because I think their stories have like ended so perfectly. I think I don't want to see them ever. Not because I hate them. I love Finn and Jake obviously, but like I think their stories has come to such like a logical conclusion. Like you could put a stop on them.
And like maybe like a nice little loving reference to them, but other than that, I can't. No more.
Yeah.
They're done. They're fine. They're happy.
They're dead.
They're dead.
Well,
Yeah.
objectively, yeah. I'll let you guys speak, because I know Seep, you're a big Adventure Time head. You know, just you got any thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it is a good. I like how they were kind of thinking of ways to keep it around without it feeling like, you know, they're just extending the original show like beyond its lifespan. Because there's a lot of opportunities for that. I was really, let me pull up what I wrote down some things about it. I think there's a lot of interesting things about this particular show, like the multiverse hopping idea. I mean, I think that's a cool idea. Not only because like that was like an established thing in the show that they kind of explored but didn't really like fully dive into. I think there was like a scrapped concept for season 5 where they're gonna have like a mini arc like that. It got turned down.
Yeah, I recall the time the creator of the show, who's I don't know his name's slipping. I don't know how I forgot his name.
Pelton Ward.
What, he made Midnight Gospel. He made Bravest Warriors.
I feel so dumb. He's like made some of my favorite shows. Pelton Ward pitched that idea for like a multiverse story. It was gonna be like serialized, but at the time Cartoon Network didn't want like a super serialized story, so that's why it got turned down.
Right. So I'm assuming like this might sort of pick up on some of the things that were going to be in that. I think it's a fun way. There's probably going to be a lot of, I don't know, you know, like multiverse stories. They're pretty popular now. You can have like different versions of your familiar world and characters. Yeah. And they also said this is interesting. This is the first Adventure Time thing where they specifically described it like as a young adult animated series.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't call it no freaking cartoon. They said a young adult animated series. 22 minutes.
I find that interesting because I felt this way about Adventure Time for a while. I thought it was always. I think like in the later half of the show in particular, and now I think it's always aimed a bit higher than like maybe what Cartoon Network advertised it as, like in terms of like age.
I think from the start it has been like that. Honestly, like it definitely got like the writing got like more heavy and like lore focused towards the end, but even in the start they were using like light swear words and like saying like sexy and stuff like that. Like
true,
I think the whole time it was at this audience.
There was kind of that period because like both Adventure Time and regular show came out near the same time, and they were both kind of like that.
Yeah, when I first watched regular show and they said "what the H," I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, hope my mom doesn't hear.
You pissed me off.
No, you can't say that.
Yeah, it's
You're a blank.
I imagine I love that the censored version of the UK where they say there's a very obvious like split and they just go blank.
I saw that episode in that version. I was on an airplane in like some other country, and I was watching that, and I didn't realize it was that episode. And they just kept like, "You're a blank. We can all be planks." And it's like just obviously dubbed over. What did they originally say in that episode?
I think turd, yeah.
Turd, yeah. I guess that's kind of offensive.
Someone in chat oh god.
They have there's like an official Adventure Time YouTube channel, and they have all censored clips up on that. So I always get thrown off if I'm like looking for a clip.
Yeah, they can't say like freaking. They can't.
Yeah, the stupidest thing, the one that bothers me so much is in the episode The Visitor. There's like a scene where Finn's dad is explaining Finn's past, and there's a part where he says you were on a boat, like a banana boat. But in the censored version, he says you were on a boat, like a boat, and they just cut and paste the word boat from the previous sentence.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what? You
Is
can't
banana
say
boat a
banana? It was
euphemism?
literal bananas. I don't understand what the problem was.
I don't know. I guess there's like some other implications. It's like the thing where like we don't. There's like it has implications somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess so.
Someone in chat is asking if Natasha Allegra, did I say that right? If
I
she,
think so.
I think Allegra is a medicine.
Allegri.
leave me alone. They're asking if
Allegra.
she's working on the show because she designed for Fiona Cake. I don't think they've announced
No.
if she is, because I know
No,
she's doing
I'm
Bee and
following-
Puppycat, right?
I don't know what she's up to really. Even though I'm following her Twitter, she just like occasionally posts works, but doesn't really seem much. She's still working, but like until like with the way what happened with being Puppycat coming out, like the worst time for like online cartoons,
Mhm.
and then like delays on like the second season, and like with the second season being leaked, it's sort of like she's doing work, just like probably not that.
Yeah, because Bee and Puppycat came out in that very awkward time in between like cable TV and like streaming, and they wanted to put something online. Like there was like a TV quality animation. There was like nowhere good to put it, so Bee and Puppycat kind of got in the process kind of screwed over by that.
Uh-huh.
Was she working on
Yeah.
the show by the time it was over?
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't know when she.
No.
I don't know when she stopped. I was looking her up on the wiki recently because of this news, but she definitely was only on for the first little bit. But I wouldn't be surprised if they got her to like do a single character design for this show or something. But
Hmm.
I don't think she'd be involved.
she's
I don't think
more-
aside from Adam Muto, I don't think we have any official like crew on this.
Yeah.
And they posted this announcement on the careers recruiting page for Cartoon Network, so I think they're probably looking for people.
Now hold on. We know
Mhm.
Tom Kenny's in it.
True.
I think
We're
Hannah
gonna have some
Kay-
real problems if he isn't.
Hannah Kay drew the promo art. She's honestly kind of like she was a storyboarder on the original show. I feel like she's like she feels like she's kind of moved up now because she's been doing like I think like all the promo art for like Distant Lands.
Yeah.
She's done. So she might. I don't know. She seems like a pretty important figure to the show now.
Just
Which is cool.
back on that kind of young adult animation. I find that interesting because there's been a lot of contention about cartoons and where they're aimed at and like the audience they're for. And there's a big thing with Infinity Train recently. Like they canceled like the 5th book because it was gonna star like a 40-year-old woman. Like, well, kids aren't gonna care about that. It was very like I don't think Cartoon Network knows who's watching this show kind of situation. I'm glad that they seem to be realizing there's a young adult audience for these shows. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Do you think this fares well for like Infinity Train?
I think so. Yeah, I know because there was a thing that kind of initially leaked. Fiona and Cake was getting a miniseries, and on that was Infinity Train, like book 5 of the movie, and
Really?
yeah, that was on there. And it seems like the creators kind of hinting all the time that it's gonna happen at this point. I think Cartoon Network or the studio that owns Infinity Train, Viacom, whatever. I think they realized they fucked up.
Viacom?
I don't know.
It's
who-
Warner.
I don't know
We
anything.
did a whole like
I
Space Jam
don't
2 funny
know
video about
anything, and I put the
Yes, you
Ghostbusters
do.
in it.
You did think Warner Brothers owned Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I think they kind of realized they royally fucked up with Infinity Train because that shit is trending on Twitter like once a week.
yeah. But that's impressive. That seems like a pretty fast turnaround. I feel like usually stuff like either doesn't happen or like takes forever.
I think
like-
No, I don't think it's right for me to have a conspiracy theory where like it wasn't canceled. But like I've kind of ever since book 4 ended, I was like, it's gonna keep going because it's so popular.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
it was actually cut. It seems like it was actually cut off, given how very bitter the creator is on Twitter sometimes.
yeah.
But like it's got to come back. People love it too much.
I think what would happen is they realized they fucked up really fast. Like it was like apparent super fast, like how badly like fucked up canceling this.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And also like they also picked up a bunch of like action shows or something
Yeah,
recently.
there,
That's
there's
news.
there seems to be like a plan within Cartoon Network that they're gonna kind of start putting their more kind of kid-based stuff and like like Craig of the Creek type stuff, like stuff like we can enjoy as older people, like, but they're definitely ultimately aimed for like a younger crowd, and they're gonna start putting like their kind of young adult stuff, like this new Adventure Time stuff they're doing, and like Infinity Train, like on HBO Max seems to be the plan, from what I can gather.
Mhm.
You say that, but Summer Camp Island is on HBO Max now.
Oh well, Hide and Seek was also like on HBO Max first, and they're moving that to Cartoon
Oh,
Network.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing some like adjustments with that right now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty pretty cool.
I mean, I
think.
love anything more Adventure Time. If they're doing weird and fun stuff, I love when Adventure Time does weird stuff.
Yeah. I mean, of course, when they announced it, like, or like when that trademark thing leaked for Fiona and Cake, I mean, I was worried that it would just kind of be like, Adventure Time,
Yeah.
but with like slightly different characters.
No, say I was really worried about that.
Yeah, because that's kind of verging into like sort of more reboot territory as opposed to like genuine continuation, which I think Adventure Time is more suited towards.
Stuff like this,
continuing it. Yeah, stuff like this. So I like how Fiona and Cake is sort of like their anchor of having like a Finn and Jake-esque protagonist duo, but without actually having to use Finn and Jake.
Yeah.
The second I saw Simon was this, I'm like, okay, I'm into it now. Like, this is an actual idea. It's not just Fiona and Cake's random adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once I read the synopsis and I saw that Adam Muto's on it, I'm like, that there's an argument to be made that like maybe they didn't really want to make this, but like they wanted to keep Adventure Time going somehow. But like they definitely, from the plot synopsis, like they found a way to keep it going and make it meaningful while still using Fiona and Cake more so as like some weird marketing thing, which I don't understand. Like that, this is what confuses me the most about it, is that like, who cares about Fiona and Cake anymore?
Yeah, I mean, Fiona and Cake, like I've been an outspoken thing. I don't really love a lot of the Fiona and Cake episodes that much. I think the first two in particular are really whatever. I think they get a little better as they go on. That Adventure Time's kind of like just more format kind of stuff. Like I think the Lumpy Space Princess one is pretty funny. But I think the first two in particular are really whatever episodes.
Yeah, I don't think those actually were like some of the more popular ones, but I feel like they haven't really aged too well. Like they seem very of the time in a way, like very fandom. I guess fandom.
Yeah.
I guess is the word I'd use.
I think almost every episode, like past like the first few, like try to make it like they realized some of those stuff in the first one was a little weird. Like they try to like retcon it as hard as they can. Like the whole thing with Ice King running like a 14-year-old girl to like think he's hot. It's like then they realize like, oh, this is a little weird. Maybe we should find ways to like tone it down or retcon it or something.
Was it like wait? Is it also like they also like after like changing some writer stuff or like some that are still around or something?
I don't remember.
I feel like it could also be that factor. Like they change around some writers and like newer ones are like, oh wait, this is a little weird. Don't you think?
Maybe. I mean, Rebecca Sugar was the one who did the first two. So I guess we could blame her for everything.
Go get her, everyone! There she is.
She hasn't simmered enough.
Universe.
Yeah,
I think she gets yelled at enough. I don't think we need it. We need to bring Fiona and Cake up now.
Yeah. To me, this announcement indicated that I'm assuming Distant Lands did well.
Oh, I'm glad, yeah.
Oh no! Oh hell yeah, then.
I mean, particularly when the Marceline and Bubblegum one came out, that was like all over my timeline. So like, I'm pretty sure they're doing well. That
episode like created new fans, which is what's interesting to me. Because really, I don't know how long you've been into it, Steve.
Oh, forever.
Like I was into it forever too, since it came out, and it used to be the biggest thing in the world, and it sort of simmered down. But now when Distant Lands has been coming out, kind of aside from Obsidian, I haven't seen like too much talk of it. But the fact that this Fiona Cake thing's happening means that like numbers wise, it probably did good at least. Like I didn't see big fandom reactions really, but like people must be watching it on HBO Max.
Yeah. I think it's always hard to gauge like what people, because like sometimes not everyone tweets about the things they're watching all the time. Like I thought Tuca and Brody was gonna get one season adult, so I'm like, oh, all the Rick and Morty fans are gonna watch this and hate it. And then it got announced for season 3, like, oh, thank God.
Right. So yeah. I think most people were probably like expecting like to do like another season of Distant Lands. But after this, it seems like they might just start greenlighting a bunch of shows to make their library super big on HBO Max. So that could be an interesting direction. We just keep getting different shows that just branch off in different ways, which could be interesting. You know,
one interesting thing you brought up about the Seep is Simon is clearly older here, like older than he was at Obsidian. And that might mean Fiona is like around the age Finn is in like Obsidian, which would mean like there's not like a kid insert protagonist in this, which is interesting.
Yeah, pretty much all the other.
That's a very good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, all the like Distant Lands ones have at least one sort of kid-esque surrogate. Together again's kind of stretching it, but Finn's like he looks like a kid, kind of.
Yeah.
He sounds like one, kind of.
I do think the gag where like he turns back to his real size, like, oh, it's recognizable.
Yeah, it's a fun kind of like meta joke. And yeah, you have like Y5 and BMO, or like Kitty and Glass Boy. So yeah, I think they're just. It seems like they're Cartoon Network seem confident they can aim stuff at young adults now.
I think they know who's watching this stuff, which I think is good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty much the audience has always been watching us stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I
wait to see what else they do.
I do need to bring this up because people have been asking. On the initial leak, one of the leaks that leaked this initially, along with like Infinity Train, it included this Cartoon Network has seemingly acquired the rights for the Japanese anime Pretty Cure, which is a show me and Rosa watched, and they are seemingly going to be making a westernized version of it, which is something I'm very interested to see what it will be.
It's gonna be Cal art style.
I could see the art style in my head already.
Listen, I guarantee if they call me to work on the show, I'll guarantee you. You
guarantee?
I'm guaranteed that like none of them will be straight.
When Yokai,
if they're like redoing the first one, I'll guarantee you the Nagashi equivalent will not be straight.
So I guess from what I've heard, it's supposed to be a redo of the very first like anime they did for Pretty Cure, and apparently there might be girls from like another series coming in. I don't know. It's very vague. My thought is, when Yokai Watch came to the West, another Japanese series, they got Dan Swampy Marsh from Phineas and Ferb to write the theme song, and I think they gotta bring him in for this one too.
I guess that explains why the theme song was pretty good. I didn't know that.
Oh, which one are you thinking? Are you thinking of the one that's like the rap or like? Okay,
no, I am.
I
am thinking of the Japanese one.
Okay, they didn't do that one. No, it was the other one they did.
I don't remember how the other one even went.
That's because it's not very good. I can only describe it as, you know, those songs of Phineas and Ferb that sound like they had to write a song for that episode. It's like da na na na, we're going, da na na, we're running, da na na, down the park. It's just kind of like filler music.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their song for Yokai Watch sounded like.
Did they get Danny Jacob to sing it?
No.
Oh. Oh well.
Any other thoughts on Adventure Time stuff, or anything related to like HBO Max and animation and all that fun stuff?
Well, you know, I think it's what's really funny that like you say the leak, like the Preacher leak also came around the time like that Rex Morgan comic came out about his daughter asking him to get Crunchyroll just so she can watch Kirikira Precure.
Sure. And for context, there's like a comic in like the newspaper that's been going for like 70 years or something. I don't know how long. It's old boomer comic. And like in the most recent one, like the daughter character asked if she can get Crunchyroll to watch Precure, and it was very funny.
Yeah, it's all conspiracy. They knew about the Glitter Force.
And specifically Kirikira Precure.
Yeah.
That girl's gonna learn about gay culture from that show.
All right. Oh, go on.
Someone pointed out in chat. I just want to get this out before we go. I think the ultimate like Adventure Time like offshoot they can make would be like the 1000 plus series.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's such an like a perfect situation because the way they exhibit that in the finale feels so conclusive. Like I would be totally okay to never see that again. That feels like a good, like very interesting way to end the show. But clearly from behind the scenes stuff they put out, like they put a lot of thought into the lore there, so it would be cool as heck to see it.
My always
I feel
worry was like,
that'd be like
oh,
the ultimate.
could they do a special with like none of the main characters? But I guess like Bubblegum, Marceline, and Beemo are still around, so if you just put them all the posters, they'd probably be fine.
Yeah. But even
Right.
then, they don't have to be like main characters. They're
Oh,
all like.
yeah, I just more talking like a Cartoon Network picking up and advertising at Sendpoint. Like they might be like, oh, Shermie and Beth were in the main show. Like I think if they put like Bubblegum and Marceline and Beemo on the posters, they'll probably be fine.
Mm-hmm. I think Shermie and Beth are like Finn and Jake-esque enough
Yeah.
for you to be like is that reminds me of the other show from like 10 years ago.
I know those guys.
Hey, I know those guys.
Yoji, look.
Yeah. I can't say. DOG, get out of the Adventure Time 1000 plus poster.
Uh-oh.
He's not supposed to be on
DOG?
HBO Max promotional material.
What would you be doing there?
You'd just be standing inside the poster with Shermie and Beth.
DOG. Uh-oh, we got Frozen and Ice, and now we're in Adventure Time 1000 plus, and so is the Vincent character.
Oh, goody, Milo got us frozen, and we're in the Adventure Time 1000 plus world.
I love making jokes about Milo Murphy because I think they're incomprehensible because I think only 4 people watched that show.
Come on.
I
Come
saw
on,
maybe
show
like a
hands.
handful.
Yeah, see, that counts.
I rewatched that entire show. Not to get on a tangent. Maybe I'll talk about this a bit later. We do like the kind of things we watched or played. I did rewatch that entire show recently. Blessed for trying. Anyway, I have thoughts on it. The last kind of big news piece I wrote down. Maybe there's something I forgot. Someone always remind me is there was that Pokemon Direct. Anyone already think about that? They want to talk about?
Yeah.
All right.
Legend looks pretty good.
They definitely made Legends look a lot better. Even though, I mean, they didn't show anything of it the other time, but this time actually showing us the game, it was very cool to me.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they showed that game a bit early, like because you could tell in the first trailer it was struggling a bit. I almost feel like they showed it a bit early to like instill a bit of confidence that like they were working on something a bit more ambitious than the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Yeah. And about the remakes, I think that still has a lot to prove. Cause like content wise, cause like as of right now, it seems like just like people are wondering like, is it gonna have like Platinum content or all that or new content? It's it's a little like it's still a hard sell.
Nintendo has a problem, and I know Pokemon Company's not Nintendo, but they have a problem with games where they'll like not clarify anything that people want to know, like the important stuff, like not like spoiler stuff, like just like important basic gameplay features, until like a week before release, and then they'll also say literally everything about the game, including like the final boss, like a week before release.
Yeah, they've been doing that, like overview trailer.
They've been doing that since the Wii. Remember Mario 3D World? Like they showed like barely anything of that game, and then a week before launch, they showed everything. Like, oh, Rosalina's in the game. You can unlock when you beat the game. He was like the final world.
We've linked all the sages in the description, so you know how to get all the stars. Yeah. Are we talking about Pokemon? I watched the trailer for the Legends thing. I mean, now I don't mean to be so humble, but you know, I don't know everything about Pokemon. But I have played a few of them. Diamond and Pearl was actually one of the ones I played. I was like a little thing, a kid. I mean, I understand some people are disappointed with the new one. Is that like usually the remakes like add like a bunch of stuff? Is that true?
Yeah.
Like they expand on the story.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of seems what they're doing with like the Legends game.
Yeah,
Like, it seems like
definitely.
maybe like their idea was so ambitious they just decided to split it into 2 games because isn't like a different studio doing the remake. So yeah, I think they just
the general theory I kind of apply to is they're gonna start using the remakes for like kind of. I think mainline Pokemon is gonna start going in a very different direction. They're gonna start using like the remakes to be like, oh, here's your classic Pokemon fix, like the very plain straight, like if you want classic Pokemon, here it is type stuff.
Yeah, I mean that could be interesting. I guess. I mean, you know, the new one, I wasn't too interested in Sword and Shield because I feel like I had my fix in like Sun and Moon because I played Sun and Moon, and it's like it doesn't seem to like I felt satiated enough with that one. But like the new Legends one, that seems like Seems pretty interesting. I might look into that. I thought the trailer was really funny. I love the character models. I think they look funny. That's what I have to say. There's like where they're like running through this big like field. I don't know. They have funny eyes. You know what I mean?
There's a few problems with that, like remake, like not remake, the Breath of the Wild one. There's a few problems with that, like visually still, but I think that's less the game's fault and more like it's on the Nintendo Switch. There's gonna be something like that, like Breath of the Wild, for like as big and beautiful as it is. There's still a lot of like you can still see like occasional like weird looking spots and like pop in.
When is the Switch Pro with 4K?
The only game that like avoids that is like Luigi's Mansion 3, but that's like a miracle game, and next level games is insane. I don't know how they do anything they do on any Nintendo console.
They just know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
My thoughts are just real quick. I'm very excited for Legends Arceus because I have a kind of relationship with Pokemon, the franchise, that I really like the concept of Pokemon. I think it's an amazing concept. I love all those creatures. They're all so funny and fun. But my problem is, in recent years, I've learned I do not like the format of Pokemon, like the games. I'm not super into like the not walking a straight line, but like very place to place, like get the gym badges that beat the team, and then you go to the Elite Four type structure. I kind of got old of that. And Sun and Moon kind of tried to relieve that, but I think even then it still felt like I had to like restrain itself to like Pokemon's format a bit. And what I like about Legends Arceus is like I can enjoy the Pokemon creatures like in a different new way, which I think is fun.
Yeah, it's like expanding the world. It's lore. It's drama.
It's a very interesting direction for them to do for sure. Because like we were just saying, usually with the remakes, they'll like the point of the remakes is to update the graphics and add some new characters and stuff, but they're totally skipping out on doing that here, which like in theory is cool, but it's kind of not what anybody wants still. Like I don't see why they couldn't have had Brilliant Diamond be a like remake and then also still make Legends. Maybe even have their lore tie in like more deliberately or something, so that you have to buy both games to understand the story or something.
I'm not gonna buy those remakes. I don't really want to pay $60 for those. If they were like 40 or something, maybe I would give in. But
definitely.
I don't really want to pay $60 for those.
Like,
for
honestly,
for $60 you could buy the original game because it's like expensive for some reason.
Like if anything, I could just find another method and just play like Plantum. Because like I'm not even sure if Diamond and Pearl even has like the remix even have like Platinum context, like the villa and stuff.
Yeah, they have not clarified platinum content at all, which is like that's like any other studio or company was doing this. They clarify that shit right away, but like they're always so weird about that stuff.
Plus,
Okay,
like,
but your Pokemon can walk behind you though.
That's
you can
true.
have a buddy Pokemon.
That's true. But like that's also like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which is a really good remake.
If you have $60 in your pocket right now, go buy Psychonauts 2 right now.
Whoa.
Oh.
Everyone, the age of remakes is over.
You're doing your Nintendo YouTube video right now?
No, that's my To Boldly Flee reference.
Oh. Oh, great joke. Everyone's gonna get that.
Apparently, they said they did show like Platinum stuff.
Yeah, it's weird because like they've shown platinum stuff technically, but it's like I'd like for Nintendo or someone from the company to be like, yes, platinum stuff's in the game. Don't worry. Like I'd like someone to say it with their mouth and with words.
Well, they leave that for the Game Explain analysis because they're secretly paying Andre Seegers under the table.
Oh, I like that theory.
Oh, and then also
they're definitely paying all those guys that put all final bosses and spoil entire games on thumbnails as well.
Yeah, all of them.
You gonna say something, Rosa?
I was gonna say, like, also in Secret Bases, they haven't clarified like if there's gonna be furniture, too.
Did they? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they did it. I don't remember anything about that. I was more focused on the Arceus one. I didn't really pay attention to the Diamond and Pearl one.
Like in Secret Bases, you could add in like statues to like raise like encounter rates, supposedly. But like they also didn't show any sort of furniture that was shown on like the original Secret Base. So it's still a hard sell.
Not buying that then.
Now, can I ask, was anyone excited for the Pokemon Cafe Mix update?
I didn't know that was a game.
Is that the game I downloaded on my Switch a year ago and never opened?
Maybe. They announced like a new Pokemon mobile game that also goes on Switch like once a year.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, someone's talking about this. Oh, I just want to say this real quick. The Diamond and Pearl like trailer itself was edited so like someone learned how to use Zoom and Premiere Pro and lost their mind.
I gotta watch this.
It kept like just zooming in onto text for some reason. Are you going to say something, by the way, Nick? Sorry.
I forgot.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it was cute, but like it was funny. It felt like something I would make in Premiere Pro. Like I had like a minute to make a trailer. Like, here's the footage. We need you to make a trailer with just the base stuff in Premiere Pro, like in an hour. I'd be like, zoom in on the text.
I'm watching it right now.
All right, I want to hear your live reaction.
They are zooming in on that text and they're like tilting the screen. What is this?
I'm telling you, it's like Premiere Pro, like in your college course, like first lesson.
Yeah, this is literally like they're like, okay, you have to use like at least like 3 of these effects and like it in your video and upload it to YouTube.
I was gonna bring up Pokemon Unite, which is like the MOBA thing. They showed that during that direct, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't played that myself, and I probably never will. But a streamer I watch plays it, and like it's pretty fun to watch.
I know plenty of people who play it. I'm not a MOBA person.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
I watched a bit of gameplay of it. I have. There's like a YouTuber I tune in every once in a while. I've seen him play. It's like it just looks fun for a MOBA, but like, did you know? You know.
It doesn't scratch the Adventure Time MOBA.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously. It's got nothing on
that
Disney mobile game where they all wear battle armor and Genie looks like big hands and the kid from Onward is in it.
Onward?
What's this game's name? That's gonna drive me insane. This is like a
Mira?
Disney
something?
Unite.
like Disney Mirror or something. Like they're all wearing battle armor. Is it Disney Mirrorverse? And I'm like, yes, it's Disney. All right, I'm gonna send a picture of this like in the Discord we're in right now. Like it's like Disney. I don't know. It's like Disney Overwatch and like Sully's wearing battle armor. I sound like I'm making this all up. I need to find a good image of it.
No, I feel like I've seen it, but
I need to find the one with like Genie from Aladdin and he looks awful. So the one with Sully in it first. He has like battle armor on. It's very funny to like see him look like this.
Oh my god.
oh my god.
This is Overwatch. Isn't that an Overwatch map? That's in Overwatch.
It does look like Overwatch, like exactly.
I like seeing like cuddly, lovable Sully like in battle armor, look like he's about to kill me.
Is this specifically College Sully?
That's the dark
Is it?
timeline where Boo dies.
Sully, you gotta give me Disney bucks. I gotta buy the battle pass, Sully.
Oh my gosh, is that Merida? I can't even tell. She just looks like an Overwatch person.
I guess it is supposed to be, but it doesn't look like her at all, really.
Here's Genie. Let me put Genie on screen too.
Oh my god. That looks like that literally looks like Blizzard designed that. Like there's World of Warcraft characters that look like that. It's like the golden like things on.
I hate his huge hands. He looks like he's gonna crush me with like head with them.
We're spending so much time on this.
On what?
Yeah.
Disney
The
Mirrorverse?
Yeah, I mean, don't we have?
You want to talk?
No?
I guess. Does anyone have any other thoughts on Pokemon? I guess I don't want to like close anyone off if they have anything else to say.
Right.
No, but now I have a lot to say about Disney Mirror.
All right.
Rosa and Seep, do you want to talk about the Loud House movie?
Oh, do we?
In the loud house, in the loud house.
Notice a Loud House Castle. That's a new one.
Yeah, in the loud castle, in the castle.
I'm gonna just let you two go because I don't know anything about the Loud House besides Lincoln Loud exists. Just go off. Just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a Netflix original movie. It's called The Loud House Movie. Yeah, we've talked about The Loud House a few times, usually in a very dismissive manner, where none of us has really watched a ton of the episodes. It's like a fine, like, kids show. It's like wholesome, I guess. There's like, all-star voice cast and all that crap. But shoot, that was mean. But yeah, it's The Loud House movie on Netflix. I was wondering the whole time watching it. I was wondering like, was this supposed to be theatrical? Because it has like the Nickelodeon movies thing in front of it.
Yeah, like
Uh,
setting everything up and all that.
Yeah, it's like it felt like I was about to watch Sponge Out of Water. I mean, Sponge on the Run. But there's like some high budget shots, but it does seem very much like a TV movie. I will say the audio is like, it feels like it's like cinematic. You know how movies have like, the audio is always very big. I feel like this was like a full symphony that did score the music. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It is like it's a musical, right? Like, does it have some songs? I know Netflix like spammed my subscription box with Loud House all music moments or something.
Yeah, it's not like. I guess it is. Like, there's a few songs where Lincoln is singing.
Did you like them? Rosa, did you like them?
But I don't even remember if there was any.
You don't remember if there was music?
You literally you watched this movie like 2 hours ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't even remember what they sound like.
Come on. I do remember like David Tennant is in this because it takes place in Scotland. So David Tennant, he's like a high profile Scottish actor. Probably the most recognizable Scottish actor in America. He recently played Scrooge McDuck in the new DuckTales.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Plus me bagpipes.
Said line.
Well, Scrooge says, "Bless me bless me bagpipes." But in this, David Tennant's character says, "Blow me bagpipes." He says it like 5 times.
Blow me bagpipes! Is that the Loud family finally returned to their rightful place?
It's like they become, I guess the synopsis, the Louds. So Lincoln is like, I like the start to this movie. I think it actually does a very good job, like setting up, establishing. Could you just put that on the screen again?
Yeah, don't worry about it,
Ryan. They establish. I think they do a pretty good job establishing like the Loud House world for those uninitiated. Like it does like a it does a montage of like, the parents meeting and then all the kids being born. I thought it was pretty cute, actually. It very much endeared me to this wacky concept. So I mean, if you don't know, the Loud House is about, it's this family of like, I don't know, like 9 or 10 or 12 girls and one boy, Lincoln Loud. And yeah, what happens next, Rosa? What's wrong with Lincoln in this situation? Do you remember?
His sisters are getting all the fame and fortune while he stays in their shadows.
Right. So he sings like his "I Want" song.
Yeah.
You know how it goes?
I wanna be famous. I wanna be the one that's in the light.
This is a Lego movie music.
Wait, what movie is that?
That's a Lego movie.
No, I don't know.
No, that's a Disney Channel movie, but I don't know which one.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right,
Hang
but
on.
I don't know which one either.
Well, wasn't that the Lego movie? Like, I wanna be famous. That's what you were just doing, that, right?
Are you thinking of the Total Drama Island theme song?
No, because the way she was singing it definitely was another song. I'm looking. You guys keep talking. I'll do the research.
So yeah, basically, Lincoln, they track their family heritage to Scotland. So like, Louds, we're going to Scotland, and then
the Simpsons, the Louds are going to Scotland.
The Simpson Louds are going. Yeah. And so they find out they're like the heirs to this royal family. Was drove out of the town, and Lincoln wants to stay there because he feels special because he wants to be the Duke of this Loud town, I think it's called.
Yeah, it's pretty much the plot from like Incredibles 2.
Is it?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay.
Also, yeah, thanks for putting the poo-poo baby on my head.
No problem.
So yeah, oh, the Poo-Poo Baby was in this a lot. I like the Poo-Poo Baby. She talks. She has a few words in this.
You like the Poo-Poo Baby?
Yeah, she's like cute. Like her and Lincoln
are
like
give me a second
buddies
here.
in this. What?
I'm turning my megaphone on. Attention, everyone! Sheep loves the poo-poo baby from the lighthouse.
Shut up!
Loves the poo-poo baby.
She's like a cute baby. She's a cute, endearing little baby. And like,
How was your
it's
hey, nice baby peanut shirt you got on.
what?
You love baby
Come
characters.
on.
You love all the marketable baby characters.
I didn't say that.
Steve did make a video about it.
I mean, I did. It's like fascinating to me, I guess, but I just thought she was just cute. She's like, you know, but come on, back off. She's like Lincoln's best friend in this movie. His best friend is a baby.
That's kind of sad.
There's also Clyde. Honestly, not a lot of the side characters are in it a lot, which I feel like that happens a lot in like movies based on cartoons.
Yeah.
When they like go to a new location. That kind of happened in the Simpsons movie.
Yeah,
There's mostly the Simpsons and like some of the Flanders.
Mo didn't really get his big number.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
left the town, and then like a dome like covered the town, and then you're like about to blow up.
They forgot to give the scene Barney his song where he goes, "I used to be alone. Just
Don't do
you
this
against
again.
The raging
Stop
tide."
doing it.
By the way,
Um,
the song Rosa was singing is a Big Time Rush song.
There
Oh,
we
is
go.
it?
Famous. Big Time
Oh my
Rush
God.
famous.
Yeah.
we went through freaking like Lego Movie, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, and then Big Time Rush back to Nickelodeon. All right. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really have a ton else to say about the Lighthouse movie. Well, it's like I looked it up. I looked into it, and this was originally going to be theatrical.
Yeah.
But what surprised me is that it was put on Netflix in like 2019. This wasn't like a pandemic like delayed the movie and like put it on streaming. Like no, I guess at some point in production they realized like this
Yeah.
might be better. For,
It was when
Netflix.
Zim like the Zim special became a Netflix thing too. I think they like
Yeah.
signed a deal with Netflix to get a couple
Oh.
of things.
I'll say
But
this.
now they
Okay.
have their own streaming service, so it's like confusing.
Yeah. I would have saw the Zim movie on the big screen personally. I think that's something I would have.
Absolutely.
I'm
my
looking at the Loud House one. That's like something I'd watch by TV. The Zim one had a lot of moments I think would have been awesome to see like on a big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Lighthouse had some big budget moments, but another thing, it's like very G-rated, and I don't know if those. I feel like studios don't find those very viable right now. Everything's got to be like PG. You got to throw in like a swear word, like Shrek.
They could have said Lincoln just like fuck.
Oh my God!
Like under his
Not in front of the baby.
Like under his breath, like he just gets mad. He gets like genuinely upset. Just goes fuck.
Oh my God. There's one thing I wanted. Oh, you should go, Rosa. I've been talking about the Lighthouse movie. Too.
Yeah, I wanted to reiterate that like the antagonist for this movie looks like this.
The good visual bit you're doing, honey, that no one can see.
Just imagine a vase, a bottom-heavy vase.
I guess she was kind of. Why are we so fixated on that?
Yeah,
Rosa,
Rosa, why were
come on.
you so fixated on this woman's body shape?
Come on, Rosa. Come on.
If
It's
you
like she just looks like a vase.
if you think the villain from the Loud House movie is a little attractive, I won't judge.
I'm saying
Yeah,
she
it's
looks
fine.
like a vase.
Hey, whatever you say.
Just post that picture.
Post the vase so everyone knows what a vase looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
One thing about this that stood out. Did you just move it? Oh,
Don't
come on.
worry about it. I'm doing great.
One thing that stood out to me about this as like a little weird. I guess this is like a weird like CinemaSins nitpick.
Ding.
There's like a painting of like the old Louds who were drove out of Loch Loud generations ago. We haven't seen them since, and they're back. Basically the thing is like these old Louds, they look just like us. So like Lincoln can like imprint himself on the little Duke
Mhm.
a bit more.
They
so
can
he
make
feels
less character
special.
models.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But at one point, Lucy, the goth one from Nicktoons All-Star Brawl,
Yeah.
she like she summons them as ghosts, and they're all like the same age that they're in the picture, including the baby. Which like immediately I was like, did they like die? And even in the movie, they were like sort of like hinting at there was like a secret behind like they kept saying, oh, they left mysteriously years ago and we haven't seen them since. And it's like, did they like die? Like there's one part that shows them like leaving on a ship, and the villain of the movie controls like dragons.
Okay,
like one of her ancestors.
I need to take a step back. Why are there dragons and ghosts? Isn't this like a down to earth show? Like, fucking, like meant to like be like, oh, I'm not doing that shit. Like a Craig of the Creek type show. There's ghosts and dragons in this show.
Well, here's the thing. It takes place in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is all isolated to Scotland, so it doesn't need to affect the main series at all. But like this lady like 400 years ago summoned a dragon, and I kind of expected there to be a scene where like the dragon destroys the boat, and that's like the huge like shocking child traumatizing moment. And part of me almost feels like maybe that could have been part of the plot at some point. Just the fact that all those ghosts are just like kids, and they never really explain it, just makes me feel like something really bad happened. They didn't really do anything like that because it's like a G-rated TV Y7 movie, but I'm keeping an eye. Loud House theory heads, get those fingers typing on Reddit, because
I'm looking at this.
There's something fishy going on.
I looked up Loud House dragon. That there is a fucking dragon in this movie. Unfucking believable.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
It's like the family dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's a loud family dragon. It's hatching.
Oh, it's a cute dragon.
Yeah. It like starts out as a baby, and like the baby Loud feeds it burritos, and it gets huge. And there's a scene where, huh?
Like less than a day.
Yeah, it happens really fast because they just need a big dragon. Because they need it for the scene when Lincoln's like, he's showing the townspeople like he can ride a dragon, so he can to prove his worth, so he can be special. And the villain like takes control of the dragon and like destroys the city with it.
You know what this sounds like? They couldn't think of a movie plot in the Loud House universe. So like, I don't know what to do with these characters. We have to make a movie, make a dragon show up. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes for like a big, exciting climax, I guess. Big cinematic climax.
I think they should redo the Rugrats movie instead of like, making a movie that works in the world of Rugrats, like upping the stakes in a way that kind of works for like a baby show. They just throw a dragon in, like it's like a real dragon, like Stu Pickles, like, I built a time machine by accident, summoned a dinosaur.
Now here's the thing: there was a Rugrat episode where there was a time machine in this toy store that actually works.
That's true.
I remember that. I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There was also the second movie. The second movie kind of pushed it, in my opinion. Like they control these giant kaiju robots.
Oh, Rugrats in Paris is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when like Nagashi and Hanako was there? When like Chucky crashed the wedding?
Well, that's the Rugrats in Paris where he goes,
Chucky, you said your first words. No.
Oh, that was an epic moment. Did you get chills when that happened? I mean, kind of like that was like the first. I think that's like the first time you ever hear any of the babies like actually communicate with the adults verbally.
We were talking earlier about like characters in Scotland. This movie, they're in Scotland. Don't worry about it. They're separate from the rest of the show. Whenever cartoons have movies, like there's movie exclusive characters, I think it's funny. Like those exclusive characters never appear again.
They have a character named Scott.
That's true.
I was thinking like the Simpsons movie. Like no character who originates from the Simpsons movie ever appears on the Simpsons show.
Yeah.
And then like King Neptune and
probably,
Mindy,
like, copyright stuff.
Didn't appear. Yeah, King Neptune and Mindy didn't appear in SpongeBob until like a few years ago when they like on that anniversary episode.
Right. Yeah. So sorry, Lincoln Loud House fans. Sorry, Loud House fans. We might not get to see their dragon friend.
Or Scott.
Or Scott. Scott from Scotland. They set up a joke. They set up a joke for that they didn't. They kind of paid off. There's a scene where like one of the teenage girls has like the boyfriend Bobby, and like the reception's bad. She's like trying to video call, and she says, "Oh, the connection's breaking up," and so like of course like he thinks she's breaking up.
Oh, they did. Are you kidding me?
Bruh.
They did do that.
There's a plot like this in the Loud House fucking movie.
Yeah, and so she says like, "Oh, we're in Scotland." She also says that, so he thinks that she is leaving him for a guy named Scott. So he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to Scotland and get her back." And they introduce a character named Scott, who is a boy who is like around the same age, and they at the very end, like the boyfriend is in Scotland. He's like, "I need to find my girlfriend. Where is she?" And then, but of course, he finds out, oh, they just left. He's like, "No," but they didn't do anything. I thought he was gonna like meet the guy named Scott. He'd be like, "Are you Scott?" It's just like randomly show up at the end, and like I don't know, kick him in the head or something. Or I guess that wouldn't be like wholesome G-rated enough.
I just want to say, you telling me this is a plot in the movie made me really upset. I'm so mad they put this like 11-minute, like the worst kind of like cartoon episode into the movie.
Yeah, they did pull a Where's Perry parts 1 and 2.
Oh my god.
Did you guys understand the ending of the movie? Because I found an article here for the Loud House movie ending explained. Who became ruler of the land?
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, the Scrooge McDuck guy is like, Lincoln's like, "I don't want to be the Duke of Loudtown. You should be." He's like the groundskeeper. That was pretty wholesome. It's like, oh, laddie, I can't accept that. David Tennant, he's a pretty good actor.
What if
Yeah,
He's
what
a
if
pretty
like
good actor.
they forced like what if that happened? He's like, "Oh, you have to be the Duke," and then the next season like it starts like the theme song, like they're still in Scotland, and the rest of the show just takes place there, and the dragon's in every episode, and so are the ghosts, and the boyfriend still thinks she's breaking up with him, and it happens every episode.
I mean, they already have the intro for that. They did like a Scotland themed like version of the intro for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
In the castle, loud
In the
castle. Yeah.
The Loud
pretty
House
cute.
movie is awesome.
Is that one of our lovely chat members?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, if you have a 4-year-old child who loves the Loud House, definitely, sit down and watch this with them on Netflix.
Rosa, would you say the same?
I mean, I don't feel much for the Loud House. I'm like, yeah, I can like it.
It's like, it's very wholesome. It's very inoffensive. Nothing really too mean in it. Yeah. Yep.
All right,
I don't know why people like this show. I'm kidding. It's good. It's fine.
I'm gonna watch this movie and then come back next show. It's like I hated it. I hate the Loud House. I hate Lincoln. I hate Luna. I hate all Lala. I hate Lulu. I hate Lou. I hate them all.
I hate Dick. I hate
That's what I
Larry.
was gonna say.
All right, that's all the news for this week. But now we've reached the part of the show where I wave my magic wand and you talk about one art thing you played or watched this week. Anyone wants to go first can go first.
Okay, I have my.
Yeah.
This is a very stupid thing. I have been playing Lego The Incredibles. That's been my game.
How is it?
It's fun. I haven't played one of the Lego games in a while, so like it's just a very fun, super easy little thing to play. But it also it's much more expansive than I would have thought because it has like an open world where the collectibles are hidden, and there's a lot of Pixar like references. Like you can unlock like characters from other Pixar movies, and there's a few like little mini games hidden in levels that are stuff. So like it's a cute, like surprising little fan service thing. It's just one of those things that it's like when I knew it was coming out, I was like, oh my, like because this came out when Incredibles 2 came out, so I was like, oh my god, if that came out when I was younger, I would have loved it. I have to play that someday, and it was like $10 recently, so I got it and I've been playing it, and it's fun. The real game I have been playing that isn't embarrassing as hell is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. That's what I've been playing.
A lot of my friends play that game.
I'm planning on playing it soon after like go through my backlog. Isn't it? It's true. There's like a baby.
There is a baby.
Is that your only question about this game? Is if there's a baby in it?
Listen, honey, you gotta know something about this baby. This baby's like hilarious. It's there to replace someone's reactions.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good baby. It is a good baby. No,
You gotta know.
not many
Space
poop
elaborate.
jokes, unfortunately. I know Steve was looking forward to maybe poop jokes, but
Come on. Does she say
haven't been-
poop? She does, I think.
I haven't been watching much. I feel like I can't really think of anything that I've watched.
Yeah,
All right.
most of the shows I've been watching all kind of ended. Stuke and Birdie I was watching, that's over for now, at least season break. The Owl House I was watching, and that's on hiatus right now.
I was watching Owl House. Well, Rick and Morty gets its season finale. I'm still watching that. That comes out Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
And then
I'll be there.
I've been watching Central Park too.
Oh my god!
We did it!
Central
We did the third Central Park watcher! Let's go!
Oh,
thank
congratulations!
God.
Nick.
No, literally, I was like, every time an episode came out, I would tweet and be like, "That was a great episode. I wish people were watching this show."
This is a big thing. Me and Seeper and my friend Barry are the only people I know who have watched this show. I feel so bad for it because I don't see anyone talking about it ever. Whenever I go to listen to the songs on YouTube, they have like 100 views at most. I feel so bad.
It's so good. My friend Tulip watches it. She posted about it before and mentioned that it was a musical. So I was like, "Hang on, it's a musical?" And then I watched it, and then I'm like, "Oh my god, it's like a musical! Like I'm in love with it."
Oh yeah, this has like actual songwriters and stuff. If you're a fan of musicals, you know,
Got pretty good
check out
songs,
Central
yeah.
Park.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't know how excited.
I was gonna do a review for it, but
Okay.
I'm not sure. Do we know if the season is over?
It ended on a weird place. Did it ended like episode 8 or something? Or like
Yeah, last one was like 10, wasn't it?
yeah.
They might be doing a Rick and Morty thing where like there's like a big 2-parter that they have to like put their entire production on break for,
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
so they could finish it.
It'd be weird if it ended. Because I didn't feel like a finale episode.
I know. I kept checking, but I mean, I didn't check today. Did you guys check today? I don't know.
No.
I've checked like in the last week, and
We're at a mid-season break. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
glad we had chat.
I
Thank
hope
you,
I'll be
Barry.
able to catch the rest. My Apple TV subscription has run out this month.
Oh, don't worry.
I have no idea who in my family is paying for Apple TV, but like I'm glad
It just showed up.
we had like a free trial for a year, and I think it's been a year, so it must have renewed itself, and nobody knows.
That's exactly what happened with me. Like it was like, oh, free trial of Apple. I guess like why not? Like what is this? Like Apple TV, and it didn't. It was supposed to run out already, but it didn't run out. So I guess it like auto renewed. I hope it didn't auto renew for a whole year, 'cause that would be a lot of money. But yeah. I mean, you don't know how excited that just made us. I mean, you heard it, but like, we seriously
I'm glad.
bring us so up
I'm
so
glad.
much. Yeah,
We found our true connection.
Where the
Yeah.
animals can talk. When I went to New York to visit Rosa, one of the first things I tweeted was, "I'm in Central Park. I found Birdie."
Yeah.
What about you, Seep and Rosa? Have you watched or played anything besides the Loud House movie?
Let me see.
Rosie, you probably have to. Rosie, you're a big like. You're always on top of this section.
Yeah,
Whenever we have
so I've been watching. So I like to say I've been watching like Star Twinkle and Futurama at the same time, like I wanted. But no, I haven't. Instead, I've been rewatching a bit of Captain Monkey.
I've
Not
heard.
in order, but whatever YouTube provides.
I know about this against my will.
It's true.
I
So-
was watching when I started college like a few years ago. I was like, I should watch all of Kappa Mikey and like do a video. That would be awesome. So I watched maybe like 10 episodes and didn't keep going, but I liked it. It's
Oh,
like
man.
surprisingly pleasant. It's very weird.
It's insane. You
It is
couldn't
very
tell. You first you look at like, yeah, it looks like a Newgrounds cartoon because like
that's
this show
exactly what I was gonna say.
'Cause it
It's
has the
it's like a Newgrounds
coloring.
cartoon.
and because like it's a show entirely made in Flash, so that's why like early Flash, so that's why everything looks like that.
We have a group of friends, and they did a podcast where they watched every single episode of My Gym Partner's a Monkey and did like an hour-long podcast on each of them. And there was a point in
That's amazing.
time where Rosa practically was like begging me constantly to do a podcast where we watched every episode of Kappa Mikey and did like an hour-long podcast on it. But our friends who did that got so burnt out by the end that I think Rosa realized like that gets so burnt out fast. So,
Yeah, like I'd rather like watch like a group of episodes and then talk about it for an hour and that's it. Cause like that show is insane. But like I don't think it's worth like talking about it one episode at a time. But yeah, that show is like it's just insane.
It's so much one of those things like recently, sort of, it was probably a year or two ago, like that one lady who draws good art all the time. She drew like a fake reboot thing of Kappa Mikey, and like that got everything.
Oh yeah,
everything she
Kiana
draws
art.
gets huge.
Kiana
Like,
art.
I think Kappa Mikey is such an interesting thing because if it came out now, it would be very big because anime has like blown up, and there's so much more humor and stuff that they could pull from now.
Yeah,
because it's weird because it's like, from what I remember of the show, it's not like they really make fun of anime that much or anything like that. They kind of just use it as a setting. It's more like a show about like the film industry in a way, but it just uses anime as like the premise.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the show is there's lots of background characters. You can tell they took like an anime character and they just traced over it. There's a character who's like an exact render of Goku with just different hair. If you watch the show, Asumatsu-san, there's a character who is just exactly that, like traced over.
Pog.
Yeah, it's true. Like, and then like I saw like Mega Man X in the background, but like a green Mega Man X. Think like a Raleigh Half-Girl. Like the anime characters are like so drawn so shoddily, while Mike is clearly like clean and like has like a decent good rigging that like he doesn't look out like morphed.
I'm surprised Kappa Mikey like is something that got picked up when it did. Like back, like I don't know, when it got picked up, I'm shocked it was like a thing that got to air. Just like in concepts, like
was it only on Nicktoons?
I believe so. Yeah, it was only on Nicktoons.
Like I think it just like I think a friend pointed out it said like my life and me, that show about anime for anime looking inside. That's like that looked pretty corporate, but when you look at Kappa Mike, it's like someone really wanted to make this show.
I think if you made Kappa Mikey now, you got like the right people on it, I think people would go insane for it.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
People really want to reboot, especially after like Kiana My art. You could like do a lot. It won't have that same insanity the original show would have, because like look at Yes Man. What do you think was going on in that moment? Like, why does what do you think why he looks like that for that moment?
He probably just said the word muscle, like, and just for the frame in which he is saying the word muscle, they showed that drawing, and then it went away.
Okay, so what happened was like Mikey got a pimple and he went to the doctor to get rid of it, and then afterwards the doctor's like, "Hey, your pimple got bigger." It's like, bigger? I wanted it to go away. Oh, sorry, I was working on 2 patients at the same time. And then Yasmin walks in like, I'm buff now, or something. You're like, the jokes are like such non sequiturs.
Right. Yeah, I've never... That's one of those shows... For me, that's one of those shows where it's like one of the Nicktoons shows that I like remember, but I don't really know what happened in it too much.
How can you?
I think it's one of those things that when you see as a kid, you're never gonna forget because it's so weird.
Right, like I never forgot the concept of it.
Yeah, I wasn't into anime until I was like a teen, so it's not like I really understood the joke or anything. But I remember just seeing Kappa Mikey and being like, "Oh, that's really weird." This is also reminding me that I don't know what prompted me to do it, but a few years ago I like looked to see if there was any Kappa Mikey like home video releases, and there was one DVD, and it was on Amazon for like several $100s because there was like only one listing. But a few years after that, my friend and I went to a thrift store, and they had it, and now I have a Kappa Mikey DVD. It was like $5.
Oh my god.
A blessed artifact in your home.
And it has it. I have to friggin' do it. It has like CD-ROM stuff on it,
Oh my god.
like wallpapers and flash games. I think.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of like characters that are like based on the character, look at this guy.
Is it
What
just... Oh my god, that's Spider-Man, man.
This is J. Jonah Jameson.
I
I
think
love the 3D rendered environment.
You know, I just want to say real quick, I think it says a lot about us as people as we took the time to talk about the Loud House movie and didn't mention Spider-Man even once.
Oh, right.
Look, it's not a cartoon, sort of.
Yeah, it's not a baby show, so I don't care about it.
I think that was fun fact. I think that's like the most viewed trailer like ever.
Yeah,
I would be
think
surprised
so.
because I don't keep up with Marvel because I'm not a huge Marvel head, but I know from people who I know who care about that stuff is they were like holding out and releasing it for like a long time, so, like kind of built up.
Yeah, it's great. I guess this just shows how big Spider-Man specifically is. There's a lot of passionate Spider-Man people out there.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse 2 trailer drops. That's when I come to the party.
Also, the show has like Eeny Meeny Miny Carl.
Don't make you think like Eeny Meeny Miny Carl again.
Is that an episode of Carl Squared?
No, that's like a minor character from Kappa Mikey. So what happened is like Mikey gets lost in Japan, in Tokyo, trying to get to the park, and like he ends up in like a cafe full of a biker gang, and like they wanted to like beat him up, but then they realized he's Kappa Mikey, and they decided that like he was cool enough to join like the gang as like one of the few celebrities that joins, which is other three are Sake, a popular rapper, a sock puppet that's a popular rapper, Golnard, his friend, and the pirate that kidnapped Golnard.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take your word. You say a lot of words about Kappa Mikey that I just don't understand. I just go like, okay.
And also, they call themselves the Chums, where they have like a gang greeting called Chums. Chums it up.
What?
Yeah, they go Chums. Then they hug each other, chum it up, and then they let go and go psst with their hands.
It's just one of those shows where like I want to know what behind the scenes looked like.
Yes, for real.
All right, you've been talking about Kappa Mikey for a hot minute. I'm gonna let Seep take the table real quick. Seep, did you watch or play anything?
I did not, other than the Loud House, up until like a few hours ago. I still have like 10 minutes left of this, but I've watched most of the Three Stooges movie.
Oh my god.
The
The one free on YouTube right now?
Yeah, free on YouTube right now. Go
Free on
watch it.
YouTube. Hold on,
Yeah.
I gotta stop everything.
You better watch it quick. It's probably gonna go away at the end of the month. They're not always free forever. When it happens. But yeah. Right now the Three Stooges movie is free on YouTube. I decided to check it out of just interest. I feel like the Three Stooges are gonna start coming back. They're gonna be in Fortnite.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
So yeah. It's actually, I don't know what the consensus is. I don't know if it's a movie a lot of people watched. I don't know if it did well financially.
I saw it in theaters, but I don't really remember anything. The one thing I remember is like for some reason, like a big marketing thing in it was that like there was a hot actress in it and she like wore a bikini at one part, and like that was a thing that people talked about.
I mean,
That's all I
yeah.
remember.
when
That's
I
the one
go
specific thing I remember.
to see the Three Stooges, that's what I'm gonna get in line for.
Exactly. I want my anime fan service in my Stooges movie.
Don't forget the Jersey Shore cameos.
Lord.
But yeah.
I remember that. Oh my god.
So yeah, this will not be a complete. There's still like a sixth of the movie I haven't watched yet, but for what I've seen, actually, I think it's pretty good. Like it's pretty funny, actually. I think a big saving grace of it is, of course, the actors they got. Like the actors they got to play the Stooges are they're really good. They have such good good chemistry between them. There's a lot of good physical humor in this. And yeah, I haven't watched a ton of Three Stooges stuff, not like you like need to know lore of it or anything. But I mean, just for what this is, I think this has me intrigued. This makes me think like, maybe I'd like some of their other things they did when they were like in the whenever it was. When was the Three Stooges? Like the 30s? I don't even know.
Yeah, probably.
It was a
Maybe
while
little
back.
later.
300 BC.
Yeah.
So I just went to the movie on YouTube and I skipped ahead. I skipped ahead to a scene where a guy got hit by a car and then he flew like across the street and then got caught in a street cleaner. But
Yeah.
he's totally fine. But he's totally fine.
Well, he ends up in a full body cast, but it's like cartoon. There's a lot of cartoon. This movie has a lot of good like practical slapstick in it. Like there's a lot of like dummies in this that are like dressed up in clothes that they throw off buildings, and it's like that's always like really funny. Like that part that you just talked about, Nick, where they push this guy into the street because they're told like if they kill this guy, they can make enough money to save their orphanage. So they push him into the street. He gets hit by a bus. He goes flying. He gets stuck in a street cleaner, and they switch to like this dummy that they put in this like street cleaner thing. He's like spinning around while the guy's like dubbed over screaming. It's just really, I don't know. That's just really funny to me. There's a lot of good stuff like that. It does. I will say it does sag, like near the end, because it is a movie, and they try to like, sort of bring it together with like a plot. So they have the scene where like, oh, they like fight, and then they kind of separate, and then they get back together. They have that, and that was kind of dull, just because they really do work best when they're all together. And that's also when you get like the Jersey Shore stuff, which is like, yeah, wasn't that great, but it was also kind of mostly in the background. It was kind of just like, you just kind of see them. Oh, look on the TV. There's Mo. He's on Jersey Shore, and they show like 3 seconds of him poking people's eyes on there. Those Jersey Shore people are not good actors, I have to say. Yeah, for the most part, I'd say like I'm pretty positive on this. I would recommend watching it. If you have access to YouTube, and go check it out. Some good physical comedy, some real brutal stuff. Yeah.
All right. I had 2 things. One is very short because I don't want to talk about much because it just came out, and the other thing I'll talk about a bit more. I've been not doing anytime I've been doing like college or like doing like important stuff. I've been playing exclusively Psychonauts 2. I beat it like 10 minutes before we got here. I don't want to say much because it literally just came out. But my thoughts are it's pretty easily my game of the year. I don't think anything else coming out this year is going to top it. It does a lot. Oh, go on.
I got a question.
Yeah?
Is the Milkman there to commit arson?
The Milkman... I don't know if this is a spoiler. The Milkman's not in it, no. I know, it's excellent. If you watched one of the 1,000 million different Balan Wonderworld reviews got recommended to you like a month ago because every single gaming YouTuber did a video on it. If you thought the idea of platforming levels based around like someone's like trauma or something they went through is like an interesting concept, Psychonauts 2 does that a million times better and more interesting, and is also a good game.
Wow.
Nice. I was playing the first one a bit last year. I didn't finish it, but I definitely want to get through it.
Yeah, the first one's definitely got like kind of kinks for like, cause it's like a
I got stuck a couple times and was like, I don't really want to keep playing.
it is very much like an early 2000s platformer in some ways. It's definitely elevated though by like its style and like voice acting and story, which is like like a cut above a lot of stuff coming out at the time. Yeah. And I'd say the same for like this one. This one definitely refines a lot of those problems I had with the first one, like gameplay wise.
Mm-hmm. Like very, very much because I like Zim so much. Like if I knew about Psychonauts when I was younger, I would have been all over it. I
have great news about the sequel. Ricky Simmons is in it too.
I know that. I know. He tweeted about it. I was so excited.
God.
He is basically just playing Gur in it. It's very funny. The other thing I watched this week, I was watching something while I was working on things this week. I watched all of Milo Murphy's Law. I can now join the ranks of the 10 people who have watched every episode of this show.
How many
Yeah.
episodes is it?
It's about 2 seasons long, and I think it's about 20 episodes each.
How many episodes is Doofenshmirtz in? Like, didn't they make him a character?
Pretty much every single episode in season 2 he's in.
Okay.
I
watched like the first few episodes of that forever ago, so I don't got too much of a memory.
Milo Murphy's Law is a show. I don't even know where I thought it was okay at best, but I have like I have so much like thoughts on it for some reason though. Like, it's very interesting to me because it feels like a show that wants to be everything ever at once a lot of the time. Because like the first few episodes are like very simple, like Milo exists and problems happen to him, and he kind of uses his happy-go-lucky plucky attitude to get through it. And then like halfway through the show, it also becomes a time travel show.
Mhm.
And it does not meld those two plots together very well at all. And it gets a lot worse in season 2, where Milo half the time is like a side character at this point. There'll be episodes that are focused exclusively like on Doofenshmirtz or the time travel guys for like the entire episode. And Milo's role in the episode should be like, oh, he's at home and something bad's happening to him.
Does it have 30-minute episodes or
No,
11?
11. It's 2 11s per like segment. Yeah.
I remember that there was I'm assuming a lot of people saw the clip and assumed it was Phineas and Ferb, but there was a clip on Tumblr that went around of like a really funny scene with the time travelers like trying to explain time travel or something.
Oh, is
that made me that made me want to watch it. So I like looked just for that episode, and then I was like, I don't understand. There's too much lore. Like Milo Murphy's Law has lore. I need to watch other episodes before this one.
And I don't think it does a good job like mixing its lore because it wants to be episodic and also serialized at like the same time, and it feels like they should have just made a time travel show about Doofenshmirtz. It feels like what they really wanted to make.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like bless its heart for trying. I just don't think it's a funny show too. So it's a funny show half the time. I think there's a few kind of stupid. It does the thing I think a lot of cartoons do. Where like how do I word it? You know how Chowder has really funny and cute like fourth wall jokes, and it doesn't act smart about it. It's like it's just kind of a cute joke half the time. I think Milo Murphy does that thing where like it thinks it's really smart for making fourth wall like meta type jokes, and like has to remind the audience it's being smart about it. Like there'll be like a scene where like something like it's like really simple, like it's all happening off screen, and Milo will go, "You're welcome, animators." And like those types of jokes happen all the time. It's like, all right, everyone, we get it. You're making fourth wall
The
jokes.
writers in this episode, really.
You're very, you're very clever.
There's a clip that's popped up on like TikTok or maybe it was Tumblr or something of Doofenshmirtz talking, and he's like, "That was beautifully animated," and then like it shows one of the animators, and it's like James Kim, like it just says it sings his name briefly.
Yeah,
that was cute.
It's cute, but there's a lot of jokes like that in the show. Like where they like kind of acknowledge a trope or like an animation fourth wall break type thing, and then they have to like point it out. Like all right, I got the joke. Don't worry.
It's like that scene in Spider-Man, Sam Raimi, or like he gets knocked into a couple of stuff, and the guy gets hit by a pole, and then he had to go like, "Well, that happened."
What?
Yeah, there was like that Twitter post that said like, if this scene was done today, they would just have to end in a bit saying, "Well, that happened."
Oh
instead of
yeah,
moving the bean.
I see. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Throwing like a trailer line. Link at the audience.
I don't know if people know this, but when I wasn't doing streaming stuff for a bit, I made a video about like Smash Bros trailers. If I ever made another video, which I might do at some point, I think the second one would be my very. Cause it's hard to like when you're on a podcast speaking live to like get all your feelings like cohesively. If I ever made a second video, I'd like to make my very like varying thoughts on the show Milo Murphy's Law.
All right, that sounds interesting. I'd probably be done with the show by then. I started watching it too because I just watched all of Phineas and Ferb. I thought like let me watch all of Milo Murphy's Law because that's a show that I watched probably like half of. But then there was a lot of like other stuff in the second half that I never got to, which I'm like interested to like know about. So I've been watching. I'm only like a few episodes in right now. Yeah.
I just want to check something real quick. I just want to see what Milo Murphy season 2. I think by the time Milo Murphy season 2 came out, I think DuckTales and like Owl House were like out and on their stride. So I'm not very surprised that show like kind of got super overlooked.
Yeah,
with the OG.
it's a shame. The OG is a star.
I both feel bad for it, but also feel like it's not super amazing either.
Yeah, it seems like I really like the concept of it. Like first few episodes, like it's like an anti Phineas and Ferb. Like in Phineas and Ferb, everything goes right for them, but for Milo Murphy, everything goes wrong. So there's like a fun, like dichotomy there. And yeah, I do remember around when I like fell off of it was when like the Doofenshmirtz couch era, I guess.
Just sitting on the couch. Like DuckTales, Owl House, and Amphibia were all kind of like hitting their stride around that point. I'm not shocked Milo kind of got overtaken by a wave of like big shows at the time.
It's a shame it didn't have much. I guess it didn't have confidence in its very episodic concept, maybe. Yeah, I even remember like the time travel guys, like, because it seemed like it was trying to do like the Phineas and Ferb thing where there's like a B plot.
Yeah.
Right. And it even has like Dan and Swampy voicing the characters in that. Like, and they also voiced Monogram and Doofenshmirtz. But yeah, that was weird because it was never like obvious what it had to do with anything. Like it would just suddenly just cut away from Milo and go to them. And they were like neat. Like they're like neat characters, but like Phineas and Ferb had Perry to link them, and that always felt like a pretty good segue.
Yeah.
You know. There's nothing really about
and Doofenshmirtz's machine would usually be what like destroyed their contraptions do.
Right. And I think things that Milo would do would like affect them.
Yeah. I guess
it was all
they still feel very separated despite that, yeah.
Yeah. Would have been, I don't know, maybe it needed more workshopping or something. I don't know how long they had this concept. I know Phineas and Ferb was something like they were working on that for like 15 years before it came out. That's probably why that's such an airtight show.
Yeah, that show, like, I mean, like, I have problems with Milo Murphy, but Phineas and Ferb, like, I think it's like a super, like, airtight, super tight, always, like, really funny show.
Yeah, it's super refined. Maybe it's just that, like, the fact that Dan and Swampy, like, have such a good name now with Phineas and Ferb. Maybe it's sort of like a blessing and a curse. Like, because, like, now maybe their ideas won't be as like refined as Phineas and Ferb was, because it's like with Phineas and Ferb, they would get turned down a lot. I think
things will be
probably
different
gave them
when Hamster and Gretel comes out.
Oh yeah, like that's a show that I don't think there's any like real like consensus on like what to make of that.
It's so
Did you hear about this?
Oh yeah, I guess you should ask. Yeah,
Nick the Cryptid, I will call you.
Yes. Oh, I'm looking this up now. I never heard of this.
It feels weird for like a show by like a super like popular like cartoon person like get announced and for like there to be like no hype for it whatsoever. Like when Kid Cosmic was announced, that was like really big for like animation fans in my timeline. I don't know anyone.
Was this announced with that Ghost and Molly McGee show? Because I keep seeing stuff about that show. I didn't see anything about this show.
I think Hamster and Gretel was soft announced first, and they got kind of more info at the same time. But I definitely saw way more Molly McGee on my timeline than Hamster and Gretel.
I think like has there been like a trailer with like clips and animations?
We've seen nothing from Hamster and Gretel besides that one really badly drawn image.
Yeah, this is very bad promo art. It looks like fan art.
And you got your like cynical Hamster and Gretel. Ooh. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what that show's all about. I mean, it would be a shame if this doesn't turn out good, because I don't know. Like I really like Phineas and Ferb. Milo Murphy had some good ideas in it.
I mean, the good news is Disney's probably gonna get these guys back every few years to make a Phineas and Ferb thing at this point, and every few. I need to talk about this real quick. There was 2 separate Phineas and Ferb specials within a year of each other that had like the advertising of Phineas and Ferb are back.
They're back.
There was the Milo Murphy special, which was advertised like that, and then the movie like a few months later was advertised like that. They were gone for like a week.
It feels like they've been gone for a while, for years, hundreds.
It's been 1 year since that movie.
They're gonna make
I
like
do hope they
they're gonna make like
movies.
Phineas and Ferb movie number 2, Baljeet Super Adventure, and it'll be advertised like that again.
I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, this Hamster Gretel doesn't have Swampy in it. It's just Dan, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Either they had like a nasty like 2013 Game Grumps breakup, drinking abuse and lies.
Joke everyone's gonna understand.
People know what they did. Or I don't know. Maybe Swampy's like working on a new Phineas and Ferb thing. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know where he is. Maybe he's working on Milo season 3.
I'm sure. Apparently, I'm interested about Milo. Apparently, it was never actually canceled. They just never renewed it.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Is it just like in limbo now?
Yeah, it's just kind of like it's not technically canceled, but like
Milo's Murphy Law is back. We're gonna get those advertisements.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
We've got a little long, so we usually do questions now, but we'll just take like 1 or 2 before we end off. This is the part of the show where if you have a question, ask it now. Chat right here.
Yeah, man.
Hold your peace,
I did want to bring up too the Dan from Phineas and Ferb fame. He has TikTok and he's like pretty big on there because he replies to like people who do fan art and stuff. But he has some like very wholesome, like insightful animation stuff on there too.
Oh yeah, he's got a pretty. I've watched a lot of his things. I like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff he talks about.
I only seen the thing where like Different is like a pickle.
There's that. Do you think Mile Murphy's Law, with all of its like fourth wall breaking, that was just like the soft pilot to Dan Povenmire's TikTok?
Oh,
It was directly to the audience.
Someone in chat is asking if we've watched Centaur World. I've not. I know two people who have. One of them really loved it, and the other one really hated it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I have not.
Yeah,
No.
I'm kind of interested in it. I don't know. I like cartoons.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I saw like the promo art and stuff, and was like, I probably wouldn't like this. But then Netflix posted like the Centaur World, all music, and I was like, it's a musical. So like now I'm like, okay.
Centaur World, all music, and final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much to say about that, I guess. For any of us.
Sorry. We usually get an onslaught of just absolutely ridiculous questions, and everyone's not feeling it today, I guess. That was the only question we got.
All right. Well, I guess we can end it on that very deflating question. Oh, here's a good one. Did y'all watch The Prince on HBO Max?
Oh, no.
That's the one about the British family?
Yes.
Why would I?
I just have to say, Prince Philip is no longer with us, but I think, he was such a funny, heartwarming guy. I think he would have loved this show if he was alive to see it today.
I don't think he was alive in those last few months.
The Prince reminds me very much of Alan Gregory. I haven't watched The Prince, but just looking at it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
This is Alan Gregory.
Yeah, it looks horrible and disgusting.
No, this is adult primetime animation.
Now, I think this is a good question to end on. I'm not gonna answer the question someone else in chat, but I remember this about Fortnite. Did you all see the Fortnite Martin Luther King?
I did. I did see that, and
Yeah.
I saw Rick Sanchez dancing during the speech.
Yeah.
Wait,
Very strange.
I think I just saw someone like post that it was trending, but I didn't. What happened?
So
Fill me in.
Fortnite released some sort of mode where you can walk around a Martin Luther King museum, which maybe there's something to be said about like teaching kids about history. That's good and all, but like it's so ill-conceived because you could still walk around as Rick Sanchez during this. You could still emote. So like there's just tons of people doing emotes in front of like the Martin Luther King speeches. One of the loading screens someone got before they went in. This is they have like Fortnite gameplay tips on loading screens, and one of them someone got when they were loading in was aim for the head.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think a few stuff. I think saw this tweet that said it best, but like it's like trying to have a wake at a Chuck E. Cheese.
That's a good way. That's a good way to put it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Strange. I'm super an advocate for like using media to teach kids things because like if you get like a quality PBS show or something, like a kid will actually pay attention and learn from it. So it is cool of them to attempt this, but they should have made a little more of an effort to like make it more directly educational because most people are just going to jump in and meme at this point.
Yeah, but I think another tweet said it best. They're doing more than the state of Texas.
There you go. This is going to replace critical race theory in all of our school boards. Just go home and play Fortnite on the Black History map. All right.
I guess that's the way to end the show. Thank you for coming ready to start the podcast this week. Does anyone have any final funny words they want to say?
So like, what if there's a stream where I just play into nothing but like copyrighted music?
Hold on. I gotta say something.
Okay.
Well, I just gotta update people. The next show might have to be pushed back a week. I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Around the time. Next show in like 2 weeks. Where we're probably gonna talk about the new adventure. There's a new Adventure Time special in like exactly 1 week.
What's gonna happen is since we're missing a week, they're gonna drop a Nintendo Direct, a trailer for Fiona and Cake, the Adventure Time special, the Clone High trailer will drop. They'll announce Johnny Test Season 2.
Captain Mikey reboot.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things. We're gonna come back and have another 3-hour-long episode.
Yeah, so tune in 3 weeks for our third 3-hour episode.
Who knows? Maybe we have something to fill out the space in that stream in the second week.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.